And we're live. Welcome to the Writer's Life, place where you get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life. And where I got to clean up my act again. Subscribe if you haven't already. Punch the like button. Give it a 1, 2. And tap the bell for notifications so that you don't miss out on one single exciting video. So the aliens have landed. A busload of illegals were just dropped off in Albany. I think this is like our second load. What these politicians won't do for votes. These poor people. Just manipulating these poor people. Who knows where they're going to end up. But anyway, that's for somebody else's blog, not for this blog. I call it a blog. It's not for this channel. But one thing I do want to talk about is yesterday, past few days have been strange because I've been getting a lot of phone calls from and texts and emails from fellow authors who are about my age, and they're like, "Vin, I've been a professional in this business for almost 30 years. What do I do? I feel like I have nowhere else to turn. We're down to like 5 publishers. Agents are folding, and they're not taking on new manuscripts, and it's very difficult to get a contract that's over $5,000, worth over $5,000, and all this sort of stuff. And it's true. It's very difficult. And I try to encourage everybody to at the very least, become a hybrid author like I am at present, where, maybe you publish some traditionally based agented stuff, but for the most part, you are an independent author who runs his or her own publishing house, right? I've been going on and on about this for a while now. It's the only way you're going to make a living. And even then you're going to have some tight times, some great times, some tight times, whatever. But so I spent like an hour in a Zoom call yesterday with a very good friend, very good writer, who's, been published by the majors, like me and whatever. And he's like, I don't know what to do. And he's a smart guy, wicked smart guy. Like in fact, he got his master's, another master's, I think, maybe his third, at like 60. He's just that kind of guy, curious about everything. But anyway, so spoke to him for like an hour. Okay. And so then like finally I get some time to relax, I'm watching a Netflix thing and chowing down some dinner. And another writer buddy of mine who lives in the Midwest starts texting me frantically. And he's like, Wattpad just offered me $30,000 for my new book. These are the contract details. What do you think? And I was like, Wattpad? Like, really? Wattpad? Aren't they like out of South Korea now? And, appeal more to the Asian market and all that sort of stuff. And I thought like, well, naturally I'm not going to tell you who it is because this is not my news to break. This is his news to break on his own. So I'm not going to tell you his name. But after he does that, though, and if I talk about this subject again, then I will happily bring up his name because we've been friends and have worked together before, both in journalism and in fiction. And I think we did a conference or 2 together. I know we did at least one. Anyway, but I thought, wow, like if there was one thing I was speaking about with the first guy yesterday during the Zoom call, it's if you focus in on New York City and what's the disaster that's left of the publishing industry, you're going to be like, where do I turn? But on the other hand, if you broaden your horizons and look outside the box, there's so many publishing opportunities from, of course, there's still KDP and there's Drafted Digital and there's Substack, and you can sell now right off your website. You can do whatever you want. If I wanted to, I could just read stories right here on YouTube. Like it's just all up to the limits of your, or lack thereof, of your imagination. And then when this guy came through and he's like, Wattpad's offering me a contract, I was like, wow, I didn't know they even did that. I do know they've been taking care of him in certain ways, like even acting as his agent and stuff like that. But I just thought that was sort of an individual thing. But anyway, good on him. And when I woke up this morning, I kind of reviewed what we spoke about, and I was like, yeah, take this contract, absolutely, take the money, kill it if you can. You know, um, um, I don't know much beyond what he showed me in the contract or whatever, but why not? You know, and this person in particular is like he's got his hands in all sorts of stuff, business dealings, and so he's a smart guy, and I'm sure he will thrive with it. But again, like now we have Kindle Vella, of course, which I haven't been that happy with in 2023, although they are featuring one of my books again, one of my Vella books. So I can't complain about that. But the Kindle Vella like is trying to follow the Wattpad model in that it's serialized fiction. But they're not even close to it yet. In fact, we're not even Kindle Vella isn't even competing yet in the Asian market, and I wish they would because then the bonus money that they give out every month to authors who consistently publish like I do, prolific authors, will go back up because we've been, and this isn't a tangent. This has to do with what I'm talking about. Last year, the bonuses I was receiving like 4-figure bonuses per month, and now they've come down to like the low 3 figures, right? And that's because the bonus pool has remained the same. But many authors many more authors have jumped into the Kindle Vella pool. So it just means you get less money. But I firmly believe that once Vella establishes itself in the Asian market, their numbers will explode and the bonuses will too. So I'm at one point I was like, maybe I'm done with it, but no, I'm sticking with it because again, like I said before, Vella is also a terrific writing tool. It keeps you writing at least a chapter or two per day, 7 days a week. And not that I need that, I do that anyway, but it's just cool. It's cool to be able to you write a certain amount of words, you edit it, run it through Grammarly, polish it, and you get it out there for public consumption. It's a pretty cool thing. Maybe, who knows, maybe Kindle Vella will have its own line of books as well and its own line of multimedia. If they follow the Wattpad model, they most definitely will. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Beautiful day out. I'm going to go take a walk. All right, I will catch you guys tomorrow, God willing. Ciao, ciao.